Hi, this is a video for mobile application development which is given in Computer Engineering of Erciyes University. In this video, I will talk about Sqlite in Android. So, this tutorial is taken from the webanda.com. In this tutorial, Sqlite is used directly in Android. Android database package contains all necessary classes for working with databases. The Android.database.Sqlite package contains the Sqlite specific classes. To start a database in your application, first of all, you need to use a subclass of the Sqlite openhelper. Sqlite database object is the Java representation of the database. In the constructor of your subclass, you specify the name and the version of your database in the Sqlite openhelper super method. In your Sqlite openhelper, there are two methods, and they are needed to override. The first one is onCreate, the next one is onUpgrade. The first one is called by the framework, and if the database is accessed, but it is not prepared yet. OnUpgrade, if it is prepared, if it is stored in file storage, and if the database version is increased, so this method is called, and the specific functions are executed. The Sqlite openhelper class provides also get readable database and get writable database. There are two methods. They allow read and write for the Sqlite database. The database tables should use the identifier _ID for the primary key of the table. Sqlite database is the base class for working with Sqlite database. It provides insert, update, delete methods to open, query, update, and other close database performance. Changes in Sqlite are atomic, consistent, isolated, and durable. This means that every update, insert, and delete operation is ACID. Unfortunately, this requires some overhead in the database processing. Therefore, you should wrap updates in the Sqlite database in a transaction and commit this transaction after several operations. This can significantly improve performance. Here, a code is given. You see DB begin transaction. First of all, it's called. After that, a try section is executed. In this try, there's a loop, for loop, and the for loop executes insert method for an array. For larger data sets, you should use yield if contested safely method. So this method locks the database during a transaction. With this call, Android checks if someone else queries data, and if finished automatically the transaction and opens a new one. This way, the other process can access the data in between. It also provides execSQL method, which allows to execute SQL statements. The object content values allows to define key values for insert and updates. The key represent the table column identifier, and the value represent the content for the table recording this column. Queries can be built via row query or query methods. So row query directly accepts an SQL statement, but query provides a structured interface for specifying a query. Sqlite Query Builder is a convenience class that helps to build SQL queries. Here you can see two examples. The first one, first of all, a cursor is taken by using the get readable database. After that, row query is called, and SQL statement is given. In this SQL statement, select all from to do where ID equals question mark. The question mark, the parameter is needed. So new string, and it is ID. So ID is given and inserted into this question mark. The next query, if you look at the next query, query method is called, and first of all, database table is given. After that, there are some different parameters. First of all, row ID. After that, category, summary, description, etc. And also 5 null values are given because they are not needed. If it is needed, it can be given. What about the parameters? These null parameters. Here you can see the first parameter is the database name. The next column names, the next workflows. The next parameter is selection arguments, group by, and having, and order by. So in this example, workflows, selection arguments, group by, having, order by is not given. So null is given for these parameters. If a condition is not required, you can pass null. Workflows is specified without the word where. For example, a where statement might look like ID equals 19 and summary equals question mark. If you specify placeholder values in the workflows via question mark, you pass them as the selection argument parameter to the query. A query returns a cursor object. A cursor represents the result of a query and basically points to one row of the query result. This way, Android can buffer the query results efficiently as it doesn't have to load all data into memory. To get the number of elements of the resulting query, we can use getCount method. To move between individual data rows, we can use move to first, move to next, is after last is also determines if the end of the query has been reached. Cursor provides type different get methods. So get long, get string are two examples. And it needs the parameter as column index. Cursor also provides get column index or true method, which allows to get the column index for a column name of the table. So you can give the string, so you can get the index of that column. Also, cursor has a close method, and it is needed, it must be called. Here, a performance is given. This example is called. If larger data updates are needed, yield if content safely method should be used. What about content provider and chaining data? Content providers can provide data to other applications or components. A provider must be declared in the manifest file for the application. So Android exported false or true flag. It can be defined if the provide is available for other applications or not. Consumers access data provided via URI. Any URI starts with content. So it points to a resource which can be accessed via provider. And accessing a resource, content provider, CRUD operations can be done. The provider allows applications to access data. The base URI to access a content provider is defined by the combination of the content and the namespace of the provider. The base URI represents a collection of resources. Here, a custom content provider is described. If you need a custom content provider, you need to define a class which extends Android.content provider. And the declaration of this class is needed to be inserted into Android manifest file. Here you can see this is inserted into manifest. So the database is stored in the file system of Android. And if you want to put or get the file, you can use ADB. Here it explains it. Sqlite stores the whole database in a file on the Android device, and on an emulator or a rooted device, you can access this file. You can pull the database on your computer to investigate the content via your favorite Sqlite desktop client. There are different Sqlite viewers, maybe such as extension for your web browser or a standalone program. You can use one of them. For this, if you want to, first of all, download the file from the mobile system, you need to call ADB root. And after that, you need to pull by using ADB pull. And you need to give the path of the database. Here you can see data, com, Google, Android persistence, database, user database, DB. So it is downloaded into your computer. Thanks for watching. See you in a new video.